Please sit down.
Lord Lieutenant, Deputy Lieutenants, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to welcome you here to the Westgate Chapel for our presentation ceremony today. Just a year ago, we were very pleased that the Lord Lieutenant and his wife were able to join us for a gala evening at Pelham House, where we were able to showcase a lot of the work that we're most proud of that the Oyster Project has been able to do. And we're even more pleased that that didn't frighten him off. And in fact, he's back with us again today. And this time he's got reinforcements with him in the form of his deputy lieutenants. I don't want to take up any more of your time at this point. The most important thing is that we're here to receive our awards. So I'm going to hand straight over now to the Lord Lieutenant to get the proceedings kicked off.
Mr. Chairman of the County Council, Mr. Deputy Mayor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute privilege and pleasure for me to be here today. You say I've been invited back. I am commanded by Her Majesty to come back. So I really couldn't get out of this one. Not that I would have wanted to for one moment. The Oyster Project is a fantastic example of volunteering in this country, and that's what the Queen's Award is all about. It's given to very, very few organisations, and those organisations are very, very special. You are trailblazers in what you've been doing. You've set an amazing example for the country and the county, and I'm delighted to be here today to make this presentation. It's absolutely terrific that you've been going now from strength to strength. And I think, you know, as I said, you are a trailblazer. One of the things about Queen's Award is that the country likes to showcase pioneers, and that's exactly what you are. Pioneers in the way in which you have put a voluntary group together and you've actually helped yourselves help the community. So well done to you. I'm now going to call upon my Deputy Lieutenant, Miles Jenner, DL, to read the formal citation, which comes from Her Majesty. Miles.
Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and of our other realms and territories, Queen, Defender of the Faith, to the Oyster Project, who create meaningful opportunities for voluntary action and activity by fellow disabled people who want to support the community. Greeting. We, being cognizant of the said group's outstanding voluntary work in the community and being desirous of showing our royal favour, do hereby confer upon it the Queen's Golden Jubilee Award for voluntary service by groups in the community 2014, for such period as the group continues to provide its current service, and do hereby give permission for the authorised emblem of the said award to be displayed on the group's letterhead and other public material. Given at our court of St James's under our Royal Sign Manual this 2nd day of June 2014 in the 63rd year of our reign, and it is signed by Her Majesty the Queen.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the award. Effectively, this is a group MBE. It's a really big thank you for everything you're doing. So Helen, John, can I ask you both please to step forward, and I will present it to you. Congratulations. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Fantastic. And of course, the citation means that you can now wear the Queen's Award on your T-shirts.
Thank you, Lord Lieutenant. It's just over 5 years since we held our very first trustee meeting of the Oyster Project, and this award is absolutely the best 5th birthday present we could ever have dreamed of. From day one, we never actually lacked ambition, but we didn't anticipate that we would be rewarded and recognised in this way. The impact and recognition that the Oyster Project has had in this county is remarkable. I have friends in London where I live who still think that I'm issuing tube and bus passes for Transport for London when I come down to Lewes to actually work with the Oyster Project. But that's definitely not the case here in Sussex, where actually Oyster Project has an entirely different meaning. I always say that like an oyster, we're small and perfectly formed, and this is where our strength lies. In our smallness. Our philosophy is that the world is your oyster, whoever you are, and this is the jumping off point for everything we do, starting with a recognition of a member's needs and then working out from there. And every activity we aim to provide is there to empower our members and to give them confidence to rethink their own expectations and also to develop and encourage their aspirations. I must take this opportunity to applaud and thank on behalf of all my fellow trustees and all the members and volunteers the inspirational leadership of our founder, John Russell. His energy, determination, resilience, some might say pig-headedness, have got us to where we are today, celebrating our receiving this wonderful Queen's Award for Voluntary Service. The Lord Lieutenant described it as an MBE for voluntary groups. And we're a membership organisation, so each of us can feel justly proud of our achievement today. Lord Lieutenant, thank you. This award is now the pearl in our oyster. Thank you.
I can only second Helen's thanks to Her Majesty and Lord Lieutenant. I think I'm probably the only person, other than John, who was around from the very beginning. And so I've seen the idea that John originally had and what it's become, what it's grown, and what we see today. It's a fantastic achievement. And it's a fantastic achievement for everyone who has been involved and who is involved, and I'm very proud to be associated with it. I'd now like to pass over to John.
Well, I don't know about putting the emblem on a T-shirt. I'm having mine on my pyjamas. There's some reference to the operating model. I have two principles. One is to encourage and recruit beautiful, intelligent women to get things done, and the other is to operate a benign despotism. It works very well, and this award is testament to that. The award is fantastic. It's an amazing achievement for us. But it's more than that, more than an accolade. It's a challenge. This isn't the end of anything, I hope. This is the beginning of a new phase of what Oyster Project member volunteers can and will do. And that's the challenge. We're a very, very small outfit. It can get quite intense. Everybody's operating under lots of pressure. Personal pressure, whether it's physical pain, mental illness, or anything like that, medication. None of us are 100%. That's why we're Oyster members. That's why the Oyster Project exists. We've all got something to offer. We've all got something to give to the community, and we all want to volunteer, no matter what the cost to us, the personal cost. And that can be quite serious at times. But the thing to do is to keep on trucking, and that's what we do. We do a lot of keep on trucking. And we're coming to the end of our operating period, the end of this month, and we will have a break in August. But my challenge really is to my fellow members is to come back in September to remember that we have this and the accolade that this is and the responsibility that's been entrusted in us to take the challenge of this and go on and do more and more voluntary work for the community. We're lucky we're here. This is our home. In 2012, we rented the office downstairs and spent about 3 months clearing out all the rubbish. In January of this year, we took on the whole building, and it's been a huge boon to us. It's given us a focus, a home, a place to work from. We've started a cafe 4 days a week, so we now run 5 days a week. We've got a food bank running, we've got a radio station, a cooking club, we've got gardening going, arts and crafts, we've got a craft cupboard where you can buy all manner of goods that we've made, members have made. It's absolutely fantastic. And really, thanks to David Usher and Jeff, who's not here unfortunately, but to the Unitarians of Lewes for allowing us, Ralph, allowing that to happen. Thank you all very much. Thank you for your support. Thank you, Oyster members. Thank you. Can I call you Peter? Thank you, Peter. And Bill and Miles and everybody. It's fantastic. Thank you. Fortunate to have Jamie Andrews, musician. He doesn't have any business cards with him, which I think is an oversight. But he is available for bookings. He is a wonderful musician, the son of a dear friend Nick Andrews, and who's doing a paying gig today. But Jamie is going to lead us through 2 verses, the first and the last verse of the national anthem, as our way of saying thank you to Her Majesty the Queen. So would you please stand? Jamie will play through one verse, and then with gusto, if you would please. Teas and coffees will be served in the chapel cafe, followed by a buffet lunch which our community cafe crew will be setting up at the back of the chapel. Peter.